Hello out there and welcome to English Teacher Plays. We're here with Pixelpolis Neon, which is a new game. It's on Steam and I'm going to play it. I do love me some synthwave. Excellent. We'll call it English. No, we'll call it Jacob City. There we go. Confirm. Oh, choose a map. Let's go on Neon Coast. Why not? What is going on? What am I supposed to be doing? Okay. What? Confirm. Okay, so it loaded in this time. Last time it was glitching. Okay, so we've got a coastline. Cool. Okay. So I don't know what this is. Roads, I guess. Okay. Okay. I don't know what that is either, but that's fine. We're trying stuff out. Okay. Why not? Oh, there's people driving around on it. Cool. To a community hub. Okay. Why not? Let's get some farmland or something going, whatever this is. Okay. So you can just keep going over the top of it. Makes sense. I don't know what this is, but we're gonna make some of whatever that is. Put some trees in here. Why not? Oh yeah, don't need that. Okay. Right. So, I mean, are we generating resources or something? I can't make a bridge? Okay. I was hoping I would make a bridge, but I did not make a bridge. Okay. Okay. So it's really hard to know what I'm supposed to be doing. There's no tutorial. Very little information about what's supposed to be happening here. Okay. Right, so we can build a bit of this. And then it lets us build some of these. Okay. So it's all just sort of randomized. Right. And then we've got to build more of this. So if we build a whole bunch of this over here. And I'm just seeing what's possible. I'm sure this isn't ideal. I like this, I like the soundtrack though. I'm vibing that. Okay. A sync tower. Okay. See, it doesn't connect. Okay. Okay. I mean, I think I've got a road that leads to the different spaces. Okay. I mean, there's no. It doesn't seem to be any requirements or anything. Say upgrade your city to a network sector. Okay. Okay. Sure. Okay. So as we get more people, we get new cool stuff. Why not? Okay. And we're just slopping some buildings down. Look, I don't hate what's happening here, but also there's no real mechanic other than just slapping stuff onto the grid. I guess the idea is you make a city. I like the neon roads and stuff. Right. So, sure. Let's try out something random. What? Elevated view, that's the first one. Okay, so it's just a flat plane. Why not? And then we can build big things. Right. Right, cool, so there is like a chain. Okay, well I think that's probably enough. Let's go look at the description and see what the game has to say for itself. Alright, Pixelpolis Neon is a retro isometric city builder set in a vibrant cyberpunk future. Place over 400 hand-drawn pixel art buildings, balanced population, and available goods, and craft your own neon-lit dream city to the sound of pulsating synthwave. I mean, that is what drew me in, but there doesn't seem to be... Yeah, so the balancing goods and stuff doesn't seem to be a thing. There's two tracked states. There's how much how many spaces people that you can support, and then there's the second state, which is how many people live there, and giving them access to roads doesn't actually do anything. It doesn't. All it does is mean that there's like flying cars driving around, and you can see that they're being really careful here and like making a cool little city and stuff. But yeah, I really like the aesthetic. I like the synthwave. I like all that stuff. But I kind of wish there was like more point to it. You know, like, I don't know. I guess I like my games to be a little bit more gamified, because what we're seeing here is cool. You get to make your own little city, but it's really just kind of like a demo or whatever, you know, like you can design your city. And there's nothing else in it, you know, like I don't have to keep my citizens happy. The types of buildings that spawn are kind of random. You know, they're drawing from some hand-drawn assets and stuff, which is really cool. Like I said, the game looks really good, but I don't know, like I feel like there's no information about what any of the things do. At the very bare minimum, I would expect when I hover over the different types of roads, which are like here, that hovering over them would tell me what they are. Because the only one that I know for sure is the road one, and then there's like a covered walkway, which might be a train or something, but there's just like, there's no way to know what things are. Yeah, there's a few things I would do differently, but like I said, it's cool. I just wish there was more game instead of just sort of cozy putting stuff on a map. While we are still working on a few small additions, we would already like to hear your honest feedback. Right. Yeah, my honest feedback would be, I'd like there to be a reason to be doing something, or like a limited amount of resources, because being able to click and drag an infinite amount of stuff all over the map makes placing any of it feel, I don't know, man. It's like when you get into the save editor of a game like Fallout or whatever, you know, if you can give yourself a trillion caps, it makes the game not that fun. There should be some limitations on what I can do, and then I can try and work within those limitations to make the coolest thing that I can. I don't know. I would like there to be more to this. Planning on adding the following: animation for the construction of buildings once they're placed on the map, more appealing design of the in-game messages. Okay. Honestly, the first thing I would work on is hover tips for what the different things that you can build are. A more comfortable way to place streets, railways, and bridges. Yeah, the placing roads, generally in games like this, if I'm holding down left click and dragging, that should be like one continuous string. It shouldn't just land wherever my cursor lands. Yeah, it should not lay it until I've laid the whole string. That's the general way these games work, and that's how they work well. The game already has all the features as described in the game description and is fully functional. Yep, I mean, it's cool. It costs $7.39, so like $5 US. Like I said, I don't dislike the game, but there's a lot of stuff that I would want to see. See, like right there, that's really annoying. There's stuff I would want to see that would make this game actually really good and cool, that currently isn't in the game. Yeah, just being able to click and drag stuff. Like the central train station, when that came up, I was like, oh, that's cool, but also it doesn't matter. Like, I've gotten access to a new building, but like it literally doesn't look, it just looks, you know, that's a train station building, great. So, right, so that's a train. We're supposed to know that's a train, but there was no way to see that from the Hovertips. Also, doesn't seem like there's any reason to have it. Yeah, so I got access to a building that, you know, there was no reason for me to have it there. Enjoy a casual city builder game set in a neon future. Choose from 10 maps to build your city on. Yeah, I like the 10 maps thing, that's cool. Build AI-controlled farms and factories to establish a supply of goods. I mean, they just they don't do anything. They're just making one number go up so I can get another number to go up as well. There's no limitation on it. It just builds city buildings that consume goods. Increase your population to earn special buildings as rewards. But the special buildings don't do anything. I'm not getting new animations. There's no stats or anything that the special buildings do. All they are is just another building. They may as well literally just be another building. So you gotta pay that stuff off, you know? Welcome to Pixelpolis Neon, a playful retro city building experience inspired by classics like SimCity 2000, reimagined in neon-lit cyberpunk setting. Right, so I played SimCity 2000. It was a cool game, and it had like stuff like resident happiness and natural disasters, and you had to hook up services and power, and there was resource management going on, but it's just not here. So build across 10 handcrafted maps, sure, each offering a fresh canvas for your ideas with more than 400 unique buildings, all lovingly drawn by hand, which is very cool. No AI shortcuts, highly respect that. Really good. You can design dazzling skylines, bustling districts, and neon-soaked streets that feel alive. Yeah, I mean, but the type of building that I'm putting down is randomized from like a list, you know? It's like the thing that I get to control is how tall the building is, and everything else is just random, which if the game is about handcrafting my city, having random buildings come in feels wrong, and if the game is about resource management, then there should be resources to manage. Currently, I kind of feel like the game isn't doing anything. So let's keep reading. While the focus is on creative placement and visual storytelling, there's just enough challenge to keep you... There's no challenge. There is not a challenge. The game has no challenge. You can click and drag as much resources as you want, and then click and drag as much people as you want, and then you get all the bonus buildings. There's no challenge. Zero challenge. There's not just enough challenge to keep you interested. There's no challenge. If the game is not meant to have any challenge in it, that's fine, but saying that there's a challenge is a massive misnomer here. Balance your population and goods, unlock bonus buildings, and advance through levels as your city thrives. Yeah, I mean, because where I place things has no effect on whether my city thrives or not, it doesn't feel like there's any reason for me to spend time placing things in places where they would thrive. Yeah? In order for there to be a sense of accomplishment from making stuff, there has to be stakes in that stuff. It can't just be I can click and drag a big giant circle of these things and then do the same thing for the other side. That's not enough, man. You're missing gameplay mechanics. Yeah, you've done really well. You've made really cool art. You've got some interesting placement. I like the music. I like the way the game looks, and even the way the game feels to a certain extent. But what you're missing is the game part. You're missing the game. Every corner of Pixelpolis Neon is infused with personality, from its vibrant pink teal synthwave palette contrasting against the dark futuristic backdrop to its immersive synthwave and dreamwave soundtrack designed to keep you in the flow while your city expands. The city doesn't expand. You can literally just place as many things as you could possibly ever want, all at the same time. Like, the way they show you do it in a video is what I would expect if there was some sort of limitation on my resources. Like, if I had a limited number of residential things that I could place, and then I had to make it nice enough so that people could move in, because that's how, like, SimCity works. You have to make the places nice enough for people to move in. You, like, establish a district, and then people move in. That's how that works. This isn't like that, yeah? So grab your grid, place your first block, and watch your Pixelpolis Neon come alive in a world where retro charm and cyberpunk vibes collide. Note, while this game includes levels and unlockable special buildings as your population grows, the focus is on creativity and the fun of placing buildings on the map. It is not designed as a deep or complex city simulation, so if that's what you're after, this may not be the right game for you. I mean, Sure, fine. I mean, that kind of answers a lot of the problems that I have. That being said, even with that caveat, even if the focus is on creativity and building placement, I feel like we should have more control over what buildings and things get placed. If it's not about that, then I don't know what it is about. Because, yeah, having it randomly place buildings and stuff kind of takes away from that aspect. Let's look at Daniel Kopf. First game, only game. And Bo Rawson. Yep, first game, only game. It's a cool game, man. This is a cool game for your first game. They haven't tried to charge like $1 million for it or anything. $5 US is probably reasonable. If this is the type of game that you're into, then get into it. Go for it. Hovertips over the types of buildings and roads and stuff that are there would ease a lot of my problems. And having a little bit more control over what gets placed would also help. People who are into placing stuff like this are not going to be happy with farms that get randomly rotated like that. So in your video there, where you're placing farmland, having the farms be randomly organized like that is going to make people who like doing this kind of stuff annoyed. Yeah, because they're going to want it to look perfect. So, I don't know. Hopefully that's enough feedback. Hopefully you got enough out of this video. If you want to check out the rest of my channel, you can look at some other videos, like and subscribe to the channel. You can check out this game by clicking on the link in the description. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. Class dismissed.